Hello BookTube. Today I'm continuing with my reprise of the alphabet tags created by Jim of Jim's Books, Reading and Stuff. This episode, T. I'll leave leave a link to Jim's channel in the show notes down below. T is for Twain and Tom Sawyer. What is the importance of Tom Sawyer? Less than the importance of Huckleberry Finn, I would think. I have read The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, but I've never read Tom Sawyer, so can't really judge Tom's importance vis-a-vis Huck. T is for TBR. Show me your TBR. I'm going to show you my Remember December and Bill Redemption December pile. So these are the books that I currently still have on the pile. The Scar, Pretty Nursery Station, The Rat, Kairos, My Name is Red, and Weaver, Scribes, and Kings. That's that. I also have over here the books from that pile that I have either completed or bailed on. And I'll keep these over here until weekly reads. What I've taken to doing with my reading plans is over the course of a month or week, I'll pull the books off my shelves, and here I don't do this with my manga collection. I leave my manga on their shelves, and I'll put them over here, and then when I finish them, or more likely bail on them, I'll move them to another pile, and then that's what I'll show during weekly reads, and then put them on the shelves. T is for toilet. Do you read in the toilet? What do you call the toilet? What would be ideal reading matter for the smallest room? I do not read in the toilet. I call it the toilet. Although the room itself I call the bathroom. Unless there's not a bath or shower in there, in which case it would be the restroom. And I have no idea what would be ideal reading matter for that room. T is for Turner. Who is your favorite English painter? I looked this up last night, and I'm not all that familiar with English painters. And so I don't really have anything off the top of my head, nor a favorite Turner painting. Although, looking at his work, I did quite like it. It is quite good. A little dark at times, although that might be just age. There are two contemporary English or British painters who are currently working, whose work I quite like. One of whom is on YouTube as Peter Wood Arts, and the other is Tony Elaine, who has over the past few years, although probably for much longer, is regular on the sort of the pastel workshop circuit. And his work, I think, is quite nice as well. T is for tea. What is your preferred drink when reading? Water. I usually have a cup or a large cup, I don't know what it's called, of water that I drink. I will have some orange juice at breakfast for some meals for some breakfasts, and I will have a soda at supper. And occasionally I'll have another one if I'm feeling the urge for more soda, but I drink almost exclusively tea. T is for Turkey. Have you been to Turkey? Sadly, no. Who is your favorite Turkish writer? The only Turkish writer I have read is Orhan Pamuk, and I do not think he is in any way, shape, or form a favorite of mine, whether limiting him just to Turkey or not. I'm not all that, well, I'm not well read in Turkish literature at all. I don't know if that will ever change. I periodically get an urge to add more what I call classics, modern and contemporary fiction, poetry, drama to my collection. And sometimes that work is in translation, although I don't know to what extent Turkish literature is being translated out, excuse me, outside of Orhan Pamuk. But usually when it comes to reading, I usually fail at it or bail on it, and it doesn't work out. And right now, I'm not entirely sure if when I would have another urge. I had a bit of one over the last few weeks, but given this past weekend, that desire is completely gone, and I don't know if or when it will ever come back. And I will talk a bit about that this coming weekly reads. T is for Tyrannosaurus Rex. What is your favorite dinosaur? Tyrannosaurus Rex. What is your favorite book with a prehistoric setting? The Conan Stories of Robert E. Howard. T is for Tolstoy. What is your favorite novel by Tolstoy? I've never read Tolstoy. See my answer to the Russian lit question from the RTAG. T is for theater. When was the last time you went to the theater? Now, if we're talking about to see a live performance, it would have been a time I went to see The Tempest in the park, or I don't know exactly what they called it. I mean, it was open air in a park, so I would assume it was Shakespeare in the Park in San Francisco, which was a bit of a disaster. If we're talking movies, that would have been in 2012 when I went to see The Dark Knight Rises. T is for Trollope and Thackeray. Which of these two Victorian writers do you prefer? Neither. So this question was for Victober, which, when this tag was originally published, it was at the very beginning of Victober, which is a month-long event in October in which participants read Victorian literature. I have never had a successful Victober. Me and Victober do not get along. I just do not have much interest in Victorian literature. Once this year I thought maybe I should make an effort to add more to my collection, but I don't think it's going to happen. Now, of the two, Trollope and Thackeray, I don't recall having read anything by Thackeray. Trollope, I do have The Way We Live Now, but I bailed on it after maybe a chapter or two. It just is, I did not like it at all. So on to the bonus prompts. T is for time travel. Do you have a favorite book about time travel? That did not work. I'll go with Eden Zero by Hiro Mishima. While Eden Zero itself does not really focus much on time travel, it does feature time travel. The character Rebecca um, has the ability to travel into the past and create an alternate timeline when she does so. Also, the final arc begins with the crew of the Eden Zero traveling into a different universe, and basically the whole series starts over from the beginning. T is for teacher. Did you have a good literature teacher in school? If we're talking about grade school, so the school that everybody goes to, no, not really. I do not remember any of my English teachers or reading teachers all that fondly. If we're talking about university level, yes. St. Edward's University, where I went to for undergraduate, had a really strong um, batch of teachers, of professors. Um, at the time, some of them I think are still teaching there, and some have retired and have moved on to other jobs. T is for Tribble from Star Trek. What is the cutest alien in books, TV series, or movies? So for books, I would go with Happy, the Exceed character from Eden Zero, who is also in Fairy Tale. From TV series, I think I would go. Well, the only thing I can think of is Trouble, and so for movie, I am blanking on it. Um, uh, I guess you could say an Ewok. Um, T is for tragedy. Do you have a favorite tragedy? Not really. Not right now, anyway. Again, we're talking about drama. My enjoyment of that part of my library is very much at a very, very low ebb. A very, very nadir right now. Um, T is for tag video. Do you have a favorite tag video? Not specifically. I am quite fond of these alphabet tags, especially like doing a reprise of them, how much the questions reflect Jim's own character and his interests. So which is kind of neat. I really like the kind of tag videos where not only do the booktuber, the person doing the tag, can reveal a bit more about themselves, whether about specific books in their collection or more about them and what they think, but also the booktuber or the creator of the tag, how the questions reflect the interests and concerns of the booktuber who created the tag. T is to Kill a Mockingbird. Have you read it? No. Which is surprising given that most people, I think, in the U.S. should have read To Kill a Mockingbird at some point during their school years, either in junior high or high school. But for whatever reason, I never got it. I think probably because reading like a specific novel a year in class was something that the advanced placement English class had, and probably would have been either freshman or sophomore year. And I didn't join AP English until I think my junior year of high school or senior year of high school. I think that's how it worked out. I don't remember. It's been 500 years. And T is for Twitter. Do you find Twitter, or whatever the hell it's called now, a toxic environment? Yes, it is very much a toxic environment. So, yeah. So this was quite fun. If you would like to do this tag, consider yourselves tagged. I will be back on Thursday with the U tag. I'm going to be doing these tags 2 a week until I finish. So there should be, I think, 1 more week or 2 more weeks. No, 2 more weeks after this week before I finish. So I should finish the day after Christmas, I think. Anyway, so that's all I have for now. So until I see you next time, BookTube, thank you. Have a great afternoon and stay safe.